Hey fans, to have a great game today, please listen to the following message. In case of emergency, please find stadium personnel in bright red shirts who will guide you to the nearest exit. There are 20 fire exits located in the northeast, northwest, and southeast corners of the stadium. In case you are injured, please find your way to the first aid station located behind the box office near the top of section 308. For any questions or concerns, please reach out to WakeMed Soccer Park personnel at 919-858-0464. Please be aware of loud noises that may happen during the game, such as smoke cannons behind the north and south goals. Thank you, and let's have a great game day. Thank you to the following groups who are joining us here tonight. Let us know in the box office if you'd like your group to join us at a future NCFC or Courage match. Interested in bringing your group to a future Courage or NCFC match? Group discounts start at 10 people with pricing as low as $14 per person. Contact the ticketing department at 919-459-8144 or by email at ticketing@northcarolinafc.com to learn more. All groups receive a photo on the field at halftime, birthday group name on the video board, and on-field pre-match experiences. Availability is limited and on a first-come, first-served basis. First Horizon Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park and NCFC promote good sportsmanship by athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation in supporting the athletes and officials in a positive manner. Intimidating actions or statements based on biases in politics, gender, age, race, faith, ethnicity, or sexual orientation will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please refrain from throwing objects on the playing field, blowing whistles, and interfering with the flow of the game. Spectators caught engaging in such actions will be removed from the stadium and possibly arrested. Fans, here are today's officials. Your referee is Matthew Corrigan. Assistant referees are Joe Sikowski and Tom Felice. And the fourth official is Nicholas Strednak. And bless their hearts, here is today's starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Please welcome their captain, number 2, Daniel Griffin. Goalkeeper, number 1, Eric Dick. Number 5, Sean Subert. Number 8, Junior Ento. Number 9, Augie Williams. Number 13, Luke Bianchi. Number 14, Robbie Mertz. Number 16, Beto Idrat. Number 18, Jorge Garcia. Number 20, Jason Borghi. Number 42, Jack Walty. Pittsburgh Riverhounds are led by head coach Bob Lilly, with assistant coaches Rob Vincent and John Bush. For today's ball delivery, please welcome a very special guest announcer. It's the voice of North Carolina FC in his 19th year. Here's Dean Linke.
Today's match ball is being delivered by longtime NCFC PA announcer Mark Calloway. Mark has been the PA announcer for NCFC for over the past 15 seasons, originating to the Railhawk days. After many years of his signature voice for this club, Mark is retiring and passing the mic. We are forever appreciative of his love and dedication for the club Mark always has been and forever will be an avid supporter. Please join us in thanking Mark. And how about Mark Callaway? And how about North Carolina FC?
Welcome to Cary, North Carolina, home to your North Carolina FC. It's the opening match of USL Championship in 2025, and the always good Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC are in town to challenge North Carolina FC in game number 1. Pittsburgh and North Carolina FC. And good evening, everyone. Alongside the great Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke, and here we go, Andrew Tate, yet another season.
Yep, you're 19th, Dean, so I'm just happy to be along for the ride yet again. I don't know why you keep calling me back, but I'm going to keep enjoying it.
All right, what are you looking forward to in this matchup?
Just two really, really good teams. I don't think there's anything crazy that's happened in the offseason for either side, but just two really strong squads. You've got Bob Lilly, who every year gets his team in the playoffs, and John Bradford, who's continuing to move this organization forward.
Yeah, let's have more on John Bradford. Now in year 5, he's running the entire show.
Yeah, absolutely. Director of football, and this is his 5th season. He's had 3 years at USL League One, where every year they improved things, got better. Last year, their first season at USL Championship, made the playoffs. Really it's a brand new squad really at the start of the season. But I think going to this season, some tweaking. But now we're looking to see what he can do in year 2 at USL Championship. I think he's learned a lot. It'll be really interesting to see what they do this year.
You mentioned tweaking. Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC has added some reinforcements.
Yeah, they had a big season in 2023, 2024. They struggled to begin with, but then came back with a bang. Augie Williams is a great signing for them. I think last year they lacked that true number 9. He's a player that will come in. Sierra Leone international. He's 5th in the career goals in the USL Championship with 76. And he got 10 goals last year for Indy 11. So a big pickup for the Riverhounds in the offseason.
All right, here we go. Game number 1. Hoping to say a whole lot of how about North Carolina FC, courtesy of Olex Anderson Jr. When we return, we'll have the lineups and the kick. USL Championship, North Carolina FC, and Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC.
Hey, grab me one too.
Healthy and fast. But at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa, with sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
Welcome back to Cary, North Carolina, WakeMed Soccer Park, First Horizon Bank Stadium. for North Carolina FC and Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. With Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke, and let's go to work, Andrew Tate, and talk about the lineups. We'll start with the home team and their fancy new kits, North Carolina FC.
Yeah, they look sharp, Dean, but it's the familiar formation for John Bradford, that back three. Sees Bryce Washington, Academy signing Finn Sundstrom comes in at left centre-back, and then Connor Donovan, a local boy from Fuquay Arena just down the road. Had a year here in 2020, was in the Academy here, back from Sacramento, big pickup in the summer, and he is going to be the captain, marshalling that back four. Jaden Savania, Mikey Maldonado, Colin Martin and Rafa Mensingen across that midfield area. Louis Perez, Evan Conway, and then Olex Anderson Jr., the live wire leading the line.
And it's brought to you by United Bank. That's the lineup for John Bradford's North Carolina FC team. And this is what Bob Lilly will throw out. Again, brought to you by United Bank.
Yeah, and they've got three players making their professional date, getting their first year professional contracts. That's in Idrak, Garcia and Borghi. But we're looking at a back four. Griffin and Walty will kind of sit in that sixth position and try to protect that back four. But looking for Mertz, Borghi and Garcia to really get forward and help the Augie Williams, the big number 9 pickup for the Riverhounds in the off-season.
All right, that sets the table as we're delighted to have you here in Cary, North Carolina. And it felt like in a flash, Andrew, we're back in the booth and ready to go.
Where did January and February go, right, Dean? Like, we're in 2025. Who'd have thought it? I'm sure you thought that 19 years ago, Dean, right?
Well, it's certainly an honor to be back for year 19, and thanks for saying something about that, Andrew. I appreciate you, and great to be with you, my man.
Yeah,
really
no problem.
enjoyed working with you.
I thought about it, Dean, after they opened there. I think the only reason I'm here is because they spend so much money on you. I'm the only one that they can afford after that, Dean, you know? But I'm just, like I said, I'm just happy to be here, Dean.
No, he's a comedian as well, which I love. Best analyst out there and a comedian. We're underway. USL Championship action. North Carolina FC in a different hue of blue, taking on Pittsburgh in kind of a gray with their familiar yellow and black. Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC, long tradition, and think about the fact that the Carolina Railhawks started in 2007 and went through different iterations and became North Carolina FC several years ago, and kind of tying them to Gary Butte and NCFC Youth. It's a special relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. Long may it continue.
Conway talked about Augie Williams. He gets a touch. And there's Donovan. Great to see him before the game. As you said, all of the ties that he has to this area. You know, I was in Sacramento yesterday, and I think Donovan spent a few years out in Sacramento, so that's a long ways away. Good to have him right back home here in North Carolina.
Yeah, and he's the captain as well, which speaks to the veteran leadership that he provides coming into a new organisation. He's only one of two new players in the starting 11, and he's been picked by the leadership group as the player to wear the armband this year. So a big vote of confidence from the squad.
So here's the babyface assassin, Robbie Mertz, a star from Michigan, married to UNC great Kate Morris Mertz, and I think I can share this because he shared it with me. They are expecting a baby boy, so congratulations to Robbie and Kate Mertz. There's Bob Lilly. He's been around a lot longer than 19 years, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, unbelievable. I think this is his 25th season professionally, Dean. His 8th at the Riverhounds. He's got 400-plus wins as a professional coach, and every year as a professional coach, Dean, his team has had a above 500 record and made the playoffs. So he's a good man to have at the helm.
Any thoughts on North Carolina FC and their preseason schedule and the results and what they accomplished in the preseason, Andrew?
I was in our conversation with John on Wednesday. I was saying to him, you kept a lot of things very quiet. I didn't feel there was a lot coming out in terms of who they played and where it was at. I was here for the game against Charlotte FC, which was a really fine occasion. And a good win for the local team here in North Carolina FC.
Sent in. Pittsburgh very dangerous to start, and going to earn another corner kick.
But yeah, I know the North Carolina fans had some good banter on social media after beating Charlotte FC.
Help them keep it out. Keep it out.
Corner kick coming. Well taken, but into the hands of Jake McGuire.
That's two good looks at goal for centre-back Suba. Looking good touch from Anderson.
Lex Anderson Jr. is off to the races, but lost the ball, so it'll come back to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. And I think of the club, I do think of Bob Lilly. I do think of Robbie Mertz, who I mentioned already. And then I do think of Jason Cutney, who was part of Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC and is now the ECNL Boys Commissioner. And I just think a fantastic leader. Five minutes in. Kind of a cool, crisp evening here.
And on the ball right now, Dean. Left centre-back Finn Sundstrom signed an academy contract just yesterday, 18 years old and 3 months. He made his debut in 2024, coming off the bench as more of an attacking player, which is where he was prominently known in the academy system. But John Bradford seen something in young Sundstrom to play him as a centre-back and to play him ahead today of Paco Craig, who was an ever-present last year. So it speaks volumes to the quality and the competence of young Finn Sundstrom. So another academy product coming through, and Jason Quintanilla on the bench as well today. So that youth to pro system in full effect at the moment.
Long boot, long header. Jaden Cervania. It's just so good to say his name. I mean, here's a guy who probably could start for a lot of teams, but last year, based on the form of the team, really didn't start hardly any games, was a consistent sub, got in almost every game, but he stayed with it. Could have hung his head, and now he gets to start here on opening day.
Yeah. And that's one thing I think John Bradford does a really good job of with the squad and with the group. You've got players that sometimes find themselves on the outside, but he's got good characters in the group, and they'll hang in there. They'll continue to work. They'll continue to do what they need to do to win favour and get in the good books. And Jaden Cervania has been here for a number of years now, one of the longest-serving players in the squad, and to see him in the starting 11 today is great to see, and especially the confidence to play him at left wing back. We saw that with Rafa Mensingen, predominantly an attacking player who now operates as that right wing back, and Cervania predominantly a left winger or attacking centre midfielder is now playing in that wing back role, and you see him just on that left hand side at the back line right now. He's earned the confidence of his head coach.
Conway, great job to pick it off. There's Martin, former Wake Forest star. A couple of Wake Forest players on the team, Colin Martin and Akira Fitzgerald, who is the backup goalkeeper as Rafa stays down. Rafa has been bothered a little bit by a few tweaks in there in the preseason.
I think that's like a clash of knees, Dean. Those ones are never fun when you kind of go bone to bone.
Especially with just a little bit of chill to the air, a little bit of wind.
Oh yeah, you can see there the two knees clashing. Rafa's legs are not something I'd want to clash with, Dean.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah. It's so funny you said that. We were at practice today. The weather was miserable, but yeah, Rafa was out there doing some fitness, and you're right. He's just got muscles on top of muscles in his legs and even his upper body.
Yeah, he's just absolute specimen.
I mean, for you, it must be like looking in the mirror a little bit.
I just wish I was Brazilian, Dean. I think if I was Brazilian, I'd have all the genes to look that good. It's being English, you've got nothing.
You can't have it all, though. I mean,
I just want something, Dean. Something.
you already got that wonderful accent that we adore. Short of a few spots, the surface looks spectacular again. That was Sundstrom, the Academy player. What a big step up for him. We saw glimpses as he had a few appearances last year and looked pretty good. He's got a great body. He's got a professional looking body.
Yeah, I think that's, as an 18-year-old, I don't think I look like that, Dean, that's for sure. But just I love the confidence of the boy. You know what I mean? How you see him put his foot on the ball and roll it, and even the warm-up, the way he's stroking it around. I think to be that young and playing at this level, but almost looking like you haven't got a care in the world. And I remember when he came on and made his debut in 2024, he came in and within a few minutes putting a big crunching tackle on a player, and I think that spoke volumes to just the attitude and mentality of the kid.
Martin drops it back to Bryce Washington, who played where Donovan's playing right now last year as the center back in the back three. Paco Craig on the bench and available, but quite earning his way into the starting lineup as Olex Anderson Jr. loses it. Back over to Martin. Martin spins back around right in front of Mikey Maldonado. If you've listened to the games over the last couple years, you know I am unabashed a massive fan of Mikey Maldonado and his importance to the team. May not show up in the stat line, Andrew Tate, but I just think Mikey Maldonado is the rock and the glue in the middle of the park.
Yeah, I was thinking glue, Dean, for sure. Just gets through a lot of work that I think kind of goes under the radar, but just a really tenacious pit bull of a centre midfielder. But let's not downgrade what he can do on the ball as well. He'll get through a lot of work too in this 3-5-2 system that John Bradford operates with.
Mikey Maldonado on the foul, so it'll stay with Pittsburgh as short of the one time where Olex Anderson Jr. forgot the ball. At the moment, North Carolina FC having a little bit of trouble stringing passes together.
Yeah, Pittsburgh look a little bit more settled on the ball at the moment, but and had the better looks at goal, but a bit choppy at the moment, isn't it? Broken up a lot by the referee, some silly fouls. And I remember the opening game last year, John, Dean, Charleston Battery were here. I think it was a 0-0 draw, but it had a bit of everything. But that first game of the season is always an interesting one. Pre-season, as much as you can play pre-season games, doesn't compare to a competitive game. And please, it's a cool night tonight because that'll help the players put in the work.
Here's Robbie Mertz. Pittsburgh very patient to start. Jackson Walty had it for a moment. Now it's Sean Subert. Subert, 23 years young, from Charlotte, North Carolina. Martin to Olex Anderson Jr. and a little bit too far away from Louis Perez, who has changed his number to 13. That was always my number in football, basketball, and baseball. Believe it or not, my high school, I'm embarrassed to say, still does not have a soccer team. So that's my excuse if you ever witness my touch, by the way.
13 in soccer terms, Dean, is typically the backup goalkeeper. Well, it used to be.
Okay. Well, that's probably where I would have been, like way back up. Washington showing his pace as he outruns Jorge Garcia. McGuire, one back by Walty. Here's Waltzy with it for the Riverhounds. Augie Williams, good back to goal presence. And this will create an opportunity to send a cross in. And Augie almost received the back end of that cross. Another player in and around Augie. It'll go out of bounds and come back to North Carolina FC.
Yeah, found some space down that right-hand side. Whipped in. I see that the angle we were looking at, it almost looked like it was going to drop in that bottom corner. It's Jorge Garcia, former Villanova man.
Welcome to the 2025 USL kickoff presented by Terminix. Throughout the month of March, the USL will be kicking off across the country, including here tonight. Join us for all the action on ESPN and CBS Sports platforms. And it's worth mentioning again, it's not just WakeMed Soccer Park. It is the newly minted First Horizon Stadium. So, Andrew Tate, the fine is higher now if you happen to say Salem Stadium.
Still trying to pay off that one from last year.
Minute 15. But we do want to thank the great people at First Horizon Stadium and Austin DeLuz and the great sales team for North Carolina FC and the North Carolina Courage.
First Horizon have been really good sponsors of the youth side of the program as well. So great to see them now connecting that youth to pro.
Switch it. It's won by Rafa. Conway. Conway also with a new number, switching to 7 from his 11 a year ago. He had a big-time season. We kind of got caught up in the Golex Anderson Jr., but along the way, Mr. Conway was putting the ball in the back of the net routinely.
Yeah, I think that was exactly why John Bradford brought him here. And I think at the start of the season, he carried a few injuries and just didn't quite get going, but boy, when he found his form, he was finding the back of the net consistently, and it's a really good player to have in and around Golex Anderson Jr. because he's such a threat as well. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials and more. Select, the player's choice.
Long ball over the top to Augie Williams, who will have it knocked out of bounds, but it will stay for a throw-in for Pittsburgh. Goes off of Conway. Again, staying with Pittsburgh as they drop it back to Suber. Now it's Beto Idrach. Long ball over the top. Looking for Junior A2. Minute 17. Opening day here for North Carolina FC and across USL Championship. A busy day. We'll get you caught up on that at halftime. Pittsburgh continues to have the ball and keep it. A little higher press there coming from Perez and Conway. They'll bring it back to Dick, who I think he was the best goalkeeper last year, right? Didn't he win All-League goalkeeper in the USL Championship?
I'll get back to him after.
Robbie Mertz. Tough ball for Mertz to deal with. Conway's on it. Conway takes a shot.
You are correct, Dean. 2024 Golden Glove. He only had a 0.69 goals against average. And he also set the club record of 14 shutouts. That's all in a season where we would have said Pittsburgh were not at their best, right? They started the season quite poorly and turned it around with a good run towards the end. But at 6'5", he's quite the specimen.
Barry Tick is 30 years old. Spent some time with Minnesota United FC. Grew up in state of Kansas. Headed away.
But we were just talking, weren't we, about last year. I was talking to Brian Ware before the game. Just Pittsburgh had that long run where they weren't scoring goals. I think they had fans here with brown paper bags on, Dean. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
So they weren't scoring goals, but they obviously defensively solid throughout. And if they could have put the two together, then who knows where they could have finished in the playoffs to finish the season.
Perez. Cervania quickly. Just like we talked about last year, when you play three in the back, that wing back role is one where you've got to be strong defensively. That was Mertz with the interception, dropping it to Augie Williams. Augie Williams trying to spin Donovan. He'll drop it off. Riverhounds had players on the far stick open. And then a foul. Kind of a little bit unnecessary. As this will give Pittsburgh a pretty good opportunity here to pop a ball in and around the 6.
Yeah, it was a tailless pass from Mikey Maldonado in the middle, kind of out of character for him. Gave Pittsburgh the chance to open up the defence, but Bryce Washington, that turn of pace, really took away that opportunity to get to goal. But we'll have another chance here. Danny Griffin's right foot to deliver.
Over the ball, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. Jake McGuire back pedals. Robbie Mertz, quick pass. Pittsburgh sends it back in, other side, headed away by North Carolina FC, but it stays with Pittsburgh as they have kept a lot of the ball. Walty not on the same page that time with Robbie Mertz. Will go out of bounds and come back to Jake McGuire. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. I've said it now for 19 years. We have the best seat in the house right here in the perch of Wake Med Soccer Park.
No question, Dean.
All right, there we are. Hello, everybody.
Giving our secret away. Now they know where the best seat is, Dean.
I think Kyle Lang, our longtime executive producer, who's pulling triple duty today. Maldonado goes down.
Is that all he's doing, Dean? Just triple? Sounds like a vacation for Kyle.
It does, actually, yeah. Yeah, I kind of undercut him there. He does it all. The great thing about Kyle is he knows that I know that everything that goes on in the truck. Everything. Here's Donovan. Back to McGuire. Trying to find Olex Anderson Jr. Cervania. Tough ball for Olex Anderson Jr. to deal with. Oh, little look back, slip, squared, Conway, and how North Carolina FC! A fall in the back and a pounce, and North Carolina FC leads Pittsburgh 1-0.
Just like that, out of nothing, North Carolina is on the board. And it comes out of absolutely nothing here. Beto Idrak, the youngster, just slips. His feet just give out from underneath him. Luis Perez pounces on the loose ball, and then calm as you like, rolls it across the 6-yard box. Nightmare for the young boy. Perez, little look, finds it, Conway, and just slots it home. First shot on goal, and the first goal of the season for North Carolina puts them in front.
So Evan Conway, who had 12 goals and 3 assists a year ago, opens up his 2025 account with basically what accounts to a tap-in, and it's 1-0 North Carolina FC.
Yep, just like that. They'd really done nothing to create it. It was possession from the Riverhounds, and it's a little slip, and you've got to feel sorry for Beto Idrak there. It's his first year as a professional, and welcome to the professional ranks. It's ruthless.
Well, if you're John Bradford, no matter how they come, whether somebody slips or falls or whatever, if they're not wearing the right boots, it doesn't matter. To have a 1-0 lead halfway through the first half, a great start for the home team and the head coach, John Bradford. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM-FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM-FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Pittsburgh breaking lines, keeping it on the carpet. This pass a little bit behind, but running it down is Walty. Spent time with Colorado Rapids 2, number 42, wearing the mask. The pressure there from the goal scorer Conway. Push there by Rafa, no whistle. Conway gets it back to Martin. Martin's got some space. Martin deciding what to do, gives it to Perez. Perez with that great left foot. Now over to Olex Anderson Jr. He's going to take a shot near post, and it's going to be tough to score a near post goal on Eric Dick, but he went for it anyway.
He did on his weaker left side as well. Generated some good power, but Dick always had that covered. Tough angle.
Donovan slides in and around Augie Williams with good form. Walty will switch it over right in front of us to a 2. Here's Walty again. How about North Carolina FC? 1-0 lead. Let's take a look again at the only goal of the game.
It's one Beto Idrak would love to not see again. Just see his feet just slide right from underneath him. Luis Perez pounces on the loose ball, finds Evan Conway, and just like that, they've got their noses in front. Eric Dix had nothing to do up until that point, and his first real action is to pick the ball out of the back of the net. 26 minutes in, 1-0 North Carolina.
So Andrew Tate, one thing I noticed after that goal is clear. He slipped. Bob Lilly actually walked along the bench and actually checked the boots of every one of the subs.
Yeah, I think I saw that too, Dean. I was like, is he checking? It drives coaches bonkers that when you see players not wearing the right footwear. And I don't know, we don't know in this case if it's just that happens to players at the highest level. Steven Gerrard did that for Liverpool, and they're still hearing about it now, even though he's retired from the game. But yeah, like the carpet that we know Wake Med's soccer park is, and could be quite firm this type of year, and it's watered before kickoff. And so is it a hard ground stud? Is it a stud? Like, there's just so many different types of cleats these days. I think I just put that one down to bad luck.
North Carolina FC will take it. Home opener 2025 USL Championship. Model of consistency, Mr. Martin in the middle of the park. Probably doesn't get enough accolades for what he brings to the club. Good ball down the spine to Maldonado. He's hoping to drop it to Perez. So here's Cervania. I was starting to say earlier, Rafa Menzigan had heard before last season started that John Bradford was committed to going to 3 in the back, and that meant that the right wing back and the left wing back were going to have to do the work defensively. Rafa, I think if you ask around, is known for his attacking qualities, but he came in, sat down with the coach and said, I'll do the defending, as he now closes on Robbie Mertz. I say all that because it'll be interesting to see Cervania do the same thing on the other side.
Yeah. Well, that's Ezra Armstrong kind of coming to pre-season. He's got carrying a bit of a knock, so he was questionable for today. I think he's made the bench. Jade Cervania gets the chance, and I'm sure Rafa must have sold in the book in pre-season, right? Here's what I did last year. Here's how you get your nose in there, and modern day players have to defend, whether you're playing as an attacker or as a defender, and you've got to embrace that side of it. So Jane Cervania playing left wing back now, probably a bit more defending than he'd like, but he's an international as well for Puerto Rico, so a talented player.
Olex Anderson Jr. earning the whistle. He led the team with 13 goals last season and is the club's all-time leading goal scorer with 37 goals in 92 games in all competitions. Just take a look at him getting taken down there, and he got a new nickname. It's pretty easy, Golex.
The G tends to get everywhere. I see Pittsburgh are now known as Gritsburg this year, so I think under Bob Lilly, they certainly have that grit about them. I mean, to bounce back after a disappointing start last year and make the playoffs was full credit to the mentality of Bob Lilly and what he gets his teams to do. There's no secrets to it. It's hard work and lots of it.
Maldonado with his right foot. Had a little bend on it. Good use of the body there from Augie Williams to hang on to it. And then Maldonado just runs him over. And Maldonado's had a few fouls, so he's got to be careful. Mikey going to check on Augie Williams.
I don't think those two are going to be exchanging Christmas cards, Steve. I don't know if you spotted in the earlier exchange. You can see Augie Williams knows exactly what's happening there on the replay. He knows Maldonado's coming, so he sort of waits for the contact and then goes down. And there was an earlier one where he did something similar, and I think Maldonado might have given him some words.
Walty, a little bit of pressure, gets to Suber. Here's Augie. Conway was clipped, but they don't call it. There's a 2, pushes it out wide right. Williams has made a run, he's got to hold his line. Pittsburgh going to try to cross it, can't do it. Side netting, Jake McGuire has it. 31st minute, and Evan Conway with a perfect pass delivered by Louis Perez after backline defender just flat out slipped. Really unfortunate for Pittsburgh, but North Carolina FC happy to pounce, and that's exactly what they did.
Carolina FC takes on Loudoun United FC. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m.
We're the PA announcer Jake Levine talking about next week when Loudoun United will be here. Andrew and I will be back in the booth for that one. Come on out. Like to see more and more people get behind this team, as well as the North Carolina Courage, who in their home opener, which is right around the corner, will honor the great J-Mac. Jessica McDonald will go into the Ring of Honor for the North Carolina Courage. Patience here from Pittsburgh Riverhounds. That's a brilliant ball. Can it hold up? Can. The cross is there. Sent out of there by Sundstrom.
Haven't really seen Olex Anderson Jr. in all his glory at the moment. Just a few touches that are close to coming off, but Sundstrom did well there just to intercept that cross. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now.
1-0. How about North Carolina FC? Conway with the goal. And that's where we sit. Minute 33. Stay with us at halftime as we will bounce around USL Championship. Take a look at all the games. We'll have Brian Ware's news and notes. Great to have Brian Ware, as always, part of our team. And then, of course, the tallest man in television, Mark Dry.
Always brings a smile to his face, that dude.
Danny Griffin spent time with Huntsville City FC. Subert gives it back to Griffin. Griffin making a run just behind Augie Williams. And here's Rafa. Rafa tried to find Conway. Walty was there. Minute 35. Griffin going to switch it. See Robbie Mertz trying to find the game. He's moving all over, but his team has not found him in pockets open. If they do, and when they do, it's danger time, as he is very good at connecting the dots. This is a good opportunity for Pittsburgh to equalize. They send it back across, nobody home on the far stick as McGuire lets it run all the way through. As it is, it goes off of the corner flag, and it'll be a throw-in. And North Carolina FC could get pinned in here a little bit.
Jason Borghe's found himself in some good positions high on that right-hand side, getting behind Jaden Savania, down the side of Finn Sundstrom. It's something they've got to look at, North Carolina. At times, the Riverhounds have played through them a little bit too easily, Dean. Now, they haven't had the joy, and Maguire's not really had to make him a save, but I'm not sure how long they can do that for and get away with it.
Perez trying to close in on the fellow 13, Luke Biasi, who's from Syracuse. Syracuse a few years back won a national championship right on this field against Indiana. Cervania sends it long. Flag is up anyway, so it'll come back to North Carolina FC. The Courage home opener at First Horizon Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park will be on March 22nd. And that is when Jess McDonald will go into Courage Ring of Honor. Pittsburgh had it in the 18 again. It was Rafa with the clearance. They sent it right back. Walty.
Pittsburgh moving, popping the ball around well at the moment.
Boy, Alex Anderson Jr. had the right idea. He knew Conway had a path. Pittsburgh, though, knocked it down. And Alex Anderson Jr., a little bit of frustration foul there, I would say. Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC, founded March 11th, 1998. They played their first match on May 1st, 1999, known as the Hounds. Been black and yellow forever. Play at Highmark Stadium. Bob Lilly, assisted by Rob Vincent. John Bush, who was a longtime Major League Soccer goalkeeper. Like our backup, Akira Fitzgerald, not the biggest goalkeeper, but very acrobatic and pretty good. As we'll have a card coming in here. So a yellow card issued to Perez.
You'll see it again. It's a loose touch from Griffin, and then Perez sees an opportunity to get the ball, but studs up, catches Griffin high on that shin. Painful one for the Riverhounds captain. I don't think Perez had really many arguments to it. There was any intent, but that doesn't change the fact that he's called him.
Perez will be joined this season by another French superstar, Patrick Berner, who really impressed me at practice. The weather was terrible, but the little sample size that I had, Patrick Berner, who just got his visa cleared, but not sure if it was cleared in time by the league, but John Bradford really high on him.
Yeah, he played in League One. Great experience, real talent. Looking forward to seeing him in that blue North Carolina FC jersey. Certainly give them something different. Doesn't speak a lot of English though, Dean, so Louis is going to really have to help him out.
Knocked out of bounds by North Carolina FC. It's Perez again as we're in minute 39. Evan Conway with the only goal of the game. 1-0 North Carolina FC. With Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke. Delighted to be with you for the start of the 2025 USL Championship season on ESPN+. There's Conway. Donovan finds it, one back by Augie Williams.
It's brilliant from Donovan. You can just see the difference he makes in the middle there, Dean. Just organising that back three and stepping in at crucial times. In the game against Charlotte FC, it was incredible what he was doing. Played the full 90 minutes and all the players around him were rotating and changing and subbing out. And what he did to organise that team in a very chaotic situation was really impressive. And I think he's going to be a big player for the home team this season.
Sundstrom gives it up to Cervania. Conway looking for Rafa to help close. He does. It goes off for Rafa and out of bounds. Come back to Pittsburgh. Good non-verbal communication there, as you could tell Conway was giving the nod to Rafa to come join in. Let's try to pin Pittsburgh in here. Maldonado, good ball to Olex Anderson Jr. Olex Anderson Jr. Perez, overlapping run, Cervania. Perez shoots it, Conway for the brace! And Dick with the save. Tremendous turn, corner kick, North Carolina FC.
That is a huge save, Dean. I felt throughout that attack it was just when North Carolina was going to score, not a case of if.
All right, fans, it's a North Carolina
and here you see it, almost unsighted, positioning himself well, and a strong right hand to parry it past that right hand post. Big save for Pittsburgh, number one. Great initial pass from Maldonado into Anderson.
Minute 42, corner kick coming for North Carolina FC. Trying to add to their 1-0 lead. This one will bend around. Dick stumbles just a little bit. Kept alive. Olex Anderson Jr. wanted to call. They'll play on. So now Olex has to get back on side. Right now he's offside. So he can't really even effort it. And good thing he didn't, because it'll result in yet another corner kick. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Keep that noise coming. It's another NCFC corner kick.
So Perez looked like he thought maybe Maldonado was going to take it. Instead, they'll send over his left foot. Sent around. Little header. Some pushing and shoving, so they'll give it back to Pittsburgh here in minute 43. Conway. Conway, a little bit behind Rafa. Rafa breaking some ankles out there. Perez looking to stay with it. Doesn't get the call, so it'll come back to Pittsburgh. 44th minute. Fairly clean game as it relates to time. I'm going to go ahead and play the seniority card and make you go first.
Oh, I thought you were going to jump straight in there. I'm going to go 2D. I feel like,
I'm going to go 1 then.
Yeah, I was going to say there hasn't been much, has there?
No. I think 2's right on.
I think they might have it.
Williams. Pittsburgh's got some decent rhythm to the way they play. They put on the ball a lot. I gotta believe possession is in favor of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they've been great in this sort of middle third. As they get to that attacking third, that's why it hasn't quite been as fluent and as crisp as they would like. And that'll be the frustration for Bob Lilly. When they've got in some good areas, they haven't produced the quality that the players on show have. I think of Borgie down that right, the young lad. He's got some great areas and just haven't been able to get on the same wavelength as the others.
Danny Griffin. Griffin, A2. Side netting, wrong side. And Jake McGuire will take his time, as we should get an indication of the Town Properties added time. Thank you to Town Properties and all the great sponsors.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum
and
of 1 minute
1-0.
added time in the first half. Presented by Town.
It's your 19th season, Dean. I've got to look after you.
Thank you, brother. So just 1 minute of added time, brought to you by Town Properties. Town Properties with an E on Town. TOWNE Properties. Go to townproperties.com. About 13 seconds remaining in this minute of Town Properties extra time. 2 knocked out of bounds, and they'll give Pittsburgh a chance for Robbie Mertz to send in a corner kick.
And your North Carolina FC is defending a corner. Help them keep it out.
Here comes Robbie Mertz. Mertz, good ball driven in. And right to McGuire, who gets down, gets low, and that will be the whistle. And that is how the first half ends. But a slip in the back for Pittsburgh, and North Carolina FC took advantage of it.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh have probably been the better side in the first half. I don't think Bob Lilly, apart from the slip, would have anything to complain about. But second half is really set now. North Carolina has to be better. Pittsburgh knows they have to get some goals and get something going in the attacking third in the second half.
That's your goal scorer, Evan Conway. We're going to step aside and come back and bounce around USL. It's North Carolina FC 1, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC 0.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are. So getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
It's tough these days to find healthy and fast, but at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa. With sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew!
Welcome back to Wake Med Soccer Park and First Horizon Bank Stadium, where North Carolina FC has a 1-0 lead at the half in the opening game of the 2025 USL Championship season. As we welcome you back up to the perch, Dean Linke with the great Andrew Tate, and not just because it rhymes, but he is great. What was great about the first half in your mind for North Carolina FC?
Besides that,
Now, Renegato's member, Rhoda Cruz-Verga, celebrating her 50th birthday with us. Happy birthday, Rhoda. Happy 14th birthday to Andrew Jr.
All right, Andrew Tate's mic not totally working. It's the best he's ever sounded, by the way, as we take a look at the upcoming schedules for both of the teams here, for North Carolina FC and for Pittsburgh. North Carolina FC will have Loudoun United at home. Then they'll go to at FC Tulsa. Then they'll have Charleston at home on March 29th. And then they've got at Indy 11 and at New Mexico United. And we'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for Pittsburgh, the Riverhounds, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. They stay on the road at San Antonio. It'll be rocking when Hartford comes to town on March 22nd. They'll be back at home the following week against Birmingham, then go on the road against Charleston and Loudoun United. We can't do this without Andrew Tate. We're going to take a break, get his microphone fixed up, and come back with a look around the league and highlights and so much more. Halftime score, how about North Carolina FC? A 1-0 lead over Pittsburgh right here on ESPN+.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Tipped on the line. Wilson! Brilliant! He has been on fire at Tampa Bay! Cross forward, put down by Gagi! The hero! Let's go!
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador Spiked Bebidas.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids, covered. The twins, done. Aches and pains, virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
USL All Access is back. Neil Collins joins us, and it's kit season.
Lexington, its first year in the USL Championship. Can they knock it out of the park? A Brendan Burke squad at Hartford Athletic who's trying to find that two-way balance. And this manager who's always been so offensively minded. Is there another Las Vegas Lights and a turnaround? And are the perennial favorites, like a Sacramento Republic, New Mexico, a Louisville or Charleston, up to the task from the get-go?
Be sure to check out USL Access and check out North Carolina FC. They're on top of Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC 10 through 45 with Andrew Tate. I'm Dean Linke. I don't know if I'd want the coach stuff right now. I'd want like some hot chocolate maybe.
Yeah, he needs to warm up after that. It's a little chilly now. It's a beautiful day, high 60s, low 70s. Bit windy though. That breeze kind of cuts right through you, doesn't it?
Take a look at the news and notes.
Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park, First Horizons Bank Stadium. Young and old having a good time here. Starting to get a little bit cold. Put a warm jacket on, Andrew Tate. You're toughing it out on me.
I'm English, mate. This is nothing. There's no sideways rain or anything. This is a nice evening.
Well, let's take a look at the first half highlight. Half the goalkeepers across the country, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, especially when you got the defenders converging on the ball, kind of unsightedness, but all 6'5" of them sprawling across to get that big right hand. Like I said, I think when we were reviewing the clip and the highlight in the first half, I felt that attack, I felt it was only a matter of time before it into the back of the net, and Eric Dick's the only reason that it's not.
There's Conway, big year last year. Of course, Olex Anderson Jr. breaking the NCFC scoring record in last season's regular season finale with his 37 goals. NCFC's roster features representatives from all 4 of the local ACC schools. They've got Adam Luckhurst, who's had a brilliant preseason, scored a bunch of goals for John Kerr Jr. and Duke, and scored a bunch in preseason. Ahmad Al-Kwak for Carlos Sanjuano in North Carolina. Connor Donovan played at NC State, and he is the center back. And then we mentioned earlier Wake Forest's Kira Fitzgerald and Colin Martin. There's Eric Dick, who had that big-time save to keep it 1-0. See the wind starting to pick up.
Not really feeling it up here in the perch, Dean, though.
No, it's not too bad. I have to admit, I'm softer than you. I did put on the winter jacket.
It's that winter duck fat that's keeping me going, Dean.
Well, I got that too, but that wasn't enough. I'm surprised you haven't asked me already if I'm thinking about a three-peat in the NCFC Youth Golf Tournament coming up in April.
I think you told me last year, Dean, that you were retiring or had been ousted. You'd been ousted.
You remember that?
I do.
Yeah, I think I got talked out of that.
So is that talked out of it meaning that you're not in, or talked out of retiring?
Talked out of retired means I'm unfortunately in.
You're in, okay.
And I say unfortunate for my teammates, but they're so good that we should be okay.
Yeah.
I'm not lying to you. I have 3 ringers with me. I mean, they're like 7, 6, 5 handicaps. They're pretty good.
Yeah. My participation in that event was purely for fun. There was no chance of us doing anything other than having fun.
Well, that works. Second half underway. North Carolina FC, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. Augie Williams, who I thought was quite good in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like we talked about. He's a big pickup for Pittsburgh, and they've got a leading light now at the front. Edward Keys was a big player for them. He's moved on now, but Augie Williams will lead that line, and I think he'll like it. I think at Indy there's a few attacking options that they had there.
No paper bags.
No.
Pittsburgh.
Today I might wear one though, Dean. It might keep my ears warm. The day that those fellas were wearing them in the stands,
it was hot.
Oh my God. I can only imagine what it was like inside that bag.
Pittsburgh ended up with that late run, finishing 7th last year. They had 48 points, just like NCFC. Pittsburgh 12, 10, and 12. NCFC 13, 12, and 9. Pittsburgh, obviously, with the tiebreaker advantage. Both teams, though, lost their first game of the playoffs. North Carolina FC, and a scoreline that was probably closer than the actual game. It was 3-2 to the perennial power Louisville City. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh was knocked out by Charleston 1-0. I feel like North Carolina FC got a late goal to make it 3-2 in that one.
Yeah, it was a good game. They gave them a scare. Tough place to go, Louisville. But North Carolina went ahead in that game. And Alex Anderson scored in the 11th minute. He thought the dream was alive, but Louisville went on to do what they do best. Just win at home.
Since we opened the show talking about John Bradford, I think we need to remind everybody that in 2023, John Bradford led this team to the USL League One Championship in a year where they already knew they were going back up to USL Championship. They went ahead and put an exclamation point on it by winning USL League One, kind of serving as a promotional push-up, which was pretty cool.
A promotion for the promotion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of talk, isn't there, about promotion, relegation, and there's so much merit to it. I think it gives everyone something to play for. There's a little bit of jeopardy on the line. But yeah, that was really cool to see a team that wins the league then go up and get to compete at a higher level the next season. And who knows, maybe if they hadn't have had that little boost of knowing they were going up to the championship, maybe they wouldn't have won USL League One, because it was such a boost, I think, for all the players to know that they had that coming to them and they were playing for spots.
It was massive. Cervania throwing some pressure from Williams. Maldonado. Get it back over to Donovan, who I realize it's only been one half, but I give high marks for the Grizzly veteran.
Something tells me a half-time John Bradford won't have been satisfied with the performance. Happy that they're 1-0 up, but not happy with the way that they've played. I think they gave Pittsburgh far too much freedom. Certainly seen a little bit more man-to-man sort of action here.
Space for Pittsburgh to attack. The Riverhounds. Borghi. You said his name a lot, Andrew Tate, in the first half. Borghi.
Yeah, he got into some really good positions. I think the only thing, if I was going to criticise him, it's just that final ball. Here we saw it there, just that left foot cross. It's a little bit over eager to deliver. I think there's times he could probably take another touch or try and pick somebody out rather than just put it into an area. Looks like maybe a change is coming for the Riverhounds here. An early change. Just over 6 minutes here into the second half.
It's Jonathan Bush. Who put the change into the fourth official. Picked up by Eric Dick, the 30-year-old. Charles All will be the man to check in, 22-year-old from Winter Park, Florida, Stetson University. Winter Park, just outside of Orlando, and it is your kind of place, Andrew Tate. It is high society, Winter Park, Florida.
So I would not fit in, Dean.
Delayed response from my main man. Pressure from Conway as they bring it all the way back to Dick.
This is where I've got to give Bob Lilly a lot of credit, Dean. He puts every year, he just finds some players young players a lot of the time and just rebuilds his squad and replenishes and reloads. And here's another first-year pro contract young man entering.
So all will come on for Jorge Garcia, the 23-year-old, as you mentioned, played at Villanova.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds substitution in the 54th minute. Entering match number 12, Charles Hall. Replacing number 18, Jorge Garcia.
So I think that change, Dean, is going to lead to Danny Griffin going and playing a little higher, playing a little closer to Augie Williams. You see him right now standing on Bryce Washington. So Griffin certainly was the player in the first half that was pulling the strings and had that little bit of quality, but was maybe a little bit too deep to affect the game. And I hope now that he can unlock this tight defense that is the North Carolina back line.
Donovan wins another aerial battle. And now North Carolina FC with more of the ball here to start the second half than I felt like they had the entire first half. Conway knocks it off of Pittsburgh. It'll be a throw-in for North Carolina FC. As we welcome you to the 2025 USL Kickoff presented by Terminix. Throughout the month of March, the USL will be kicking off across the country. Join us for all the action on ESPN and CBS Sports platforms. This one on ESPN+.
Mikey Maldonado, long throw. See if they can find the head of Connor Donovan.
First by Pittsburgh. Cleaned up by Mertz, who tries to send it long. Sundstrom wins the first ball. Rafa flicks it. There's Rafa again. Go ahead, Andrew.
No, I said right below us, you see Bob Lilly just talking to Jorge Garcia. He's been chatting to him for about a good 3-4 minutes now and just pointing things out. And when you've got a coach in his 25th year as a professional head coach, and every year is above 500 in terms of record and makes the playoffs, factor in the fact that every year he's pulling out young players and developing them. I think it's just such a credit. Massive respect for him and what he does.
Donovan with the foul. The Oak City supporters making some noise behind Jake McGuire, the starting goalkeeper for North Carolina FC. I asked John Bradford for a little deeper dive on McGuire, and I think he said it best in saying he makes the plays that he needs to make. Not always like the most dynamic saves or that type of thing, but he makes the plays that he needs to make.
Yeah, you don't need anything flashy from your goalkeeper, that's for sure. You don't need the Carlos Valderrama.
Jorge Campos.
No, I'm thinking Higuita. Rene Higuita. Yeah, it's not Valderrama.
Yeah.
Well, it was the two of them together, I think.
They were on the same team, yeah.
Rene Higuita with the scorpion kick, right? You don't need that. It's a great YouTube clip, but
that's the greatest clip ever.
Yeah. As a head coach, will give you heart attacks. But yeah, just keep the ball out of the net and connect some passes.
I forgot they called that a scorpion. Trouble again for McGuire this time. And Williams is going to make him pay and ties it up. So McGuire comes out. And we just talked about just making the normal plays. He gets in trouble. And there's something about this side of the goal box. And just like that, we're tied at ones. And both times they've been kind of crazy mistakes.
Yeah, that rustiness, that competitive edge. It's a nothing ball. Sundstrom just gets a flick on it, but McGuire was coming out to read it. Bit of a miscommunication, and then they're scrambling to try and get in the way, and Augie Williams expertly finishes on his left foot. Manages to guide it past the scrambling defenders, but it just takes that skip, and it's too high for McGuire. Williams drifted away from the goal, finishes brilliantly into the side panel. And it's just one of them. I don't know if there was some miscommunication. Did McGuire say anything? If he doesn't say anything, Sundstrom has to head it in the hope that he's guiding it back to his goalkeeper, not knowing that McGuire's out of the goal coming up to sweep it up. So, but there you go, right? Just like that. It's 1-1. 2 mistakes, 2 goals.
McGuire. It's 1-1 as the new pickup, Augie Williams, has tied it. Here's Olex Anderson Jr. Drops it off just in the nick of time to Martin. This will find Perez. He sends it over, and it's going to make its way out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Captain Danny Griffin recovering well there to snuff out that ball from Perez, because it was looking like it was going to get to the back post area. Great pressing initially from Colin Martin to get the ball into his striker. We've got a game now, Dean.
We do indeed. Minute 59. Mikey Maldonado on the corner kick. Right foot, bent around right into the hands of Eric Dick. Again, remember I told you that save he made, but really almost sight unseen. You talked about the defenders that were in front of him. That kind of reaction where he didn't have the best view, massive. I think Conway thought it was in.
Yeah, for sure. I said in that whole attack, I thought they were going to score. I didn't know who or where or what, but it just felt like it was going to end in the back of the net. It's a big save from Eric Dick. Just look at the size of his hands. It's almost like hamburger helper gloves, team. He's just a really imposing figure in the net.
I feel like those hamburger helper gloves don't have 5 fingers, though.
You might be right.
I'm not sure about that. They square it. Play it back. That's Edrach. Augie Williams. Good ball. As Robbie Mertz switched the attack. Knocked out of bounds. Off for Pittsburgh. Will come back to North Carolina FC. Yeah, it's just been confirmed. There's only 3 fingers and a thumb on the hamburger helper glove.
They're like mittens.
So they make Cervania back up. Perez gets it from Cervania. Now Sundstrom, who kind of feel bad for, because clearly you're right, there was either no communication or the communication wasn't heard on where McGuire was.
Feel a little bit better for Beto Edrach, centre back for Pittsburgh now, because he's had a pretty good game. He's been good on the ball, and his slip now just gets cancelled out now. So I feel now whoever goes and gets the next goal deserves to go and win it now. So it all balances out. But Sundstrom's had a good game as well.
Conway drops it to Anderson. Cervania. What a good idea as Conway was making a nice run. Cervania had made a nice run to get to it. The delivery knocked away, though, by Pittsburgh. Here's Cervania again, trying to keep it. Sundstrom, wow, nice touch by Sundstrom to get it to Maldonado. Brilliant.
You wouldn't know, Dean, that he's only really played centre-back in the last few months. Played as an attacking player for the Academy, more of a forward.
He looks like he's got the chops, doesn't he?
Yeah.
63rd minute. Mad props to John Bradford's technical staff, the great Mike McGinty, Andrew Scheck, Daniel Saletti, and Christopher Harrington, who, for whatever reason, they don't even look alike. I just kind of morphed those two because they're both great quality people, great quality coaches, but I can't ever get it right. And Christopher Harrington basically gave me my last warning today, so.
It's been nice knowing you, Dave.
Danny Cameron and Pekka, also part of the staff. 64th minute. Williams just continues to back to goal, hold it up. He's taken a few hits from Donovan. This time he takes a hit from Martin.
He's led the line well for Pittsburgh. You can see what a good player he's going to be for them. You know, I'm sure wouldn't be surprised if he's got his eyes set on 100 goals in the USL League in the USL Championship this season, Dean, because he was 76 coming into today. He's on 77 now. Could be a big season for him.
Yeah, I like the way he plays, not only attacking, but as I just mentioned, back to goal, the way he holds it up, and then he can peel.
Yeah.
Player down for North Carolina FC.
It's Bryce Washington, I think. He just got caught in the face there. And you see it again. Mertz just lunging in. That right arm just catching Bryce Washington. I don't know if you remember, Dean, he had some issues last year, didn't he? With nose, cheekbone, I can't quite remember exactly what it was, but
yeah, I felt like he had a mask for a little bit, if I remember correctly. Used to call his games. He started at Rutgers, and then coincidentally, we're playing Pittsburgh. He finished his college career at Pittsburgh with Jay Vidovich, who was Austin Deleuze's coach. Saw Austin Deleuze up here, now part of the front office. How about Austin Deleuze's dad taking Wake Forest to the national championship game, where they fell to the Tar Heels? Damon Nahas, Sean Nahas' brother, winning the national championship in his first season as the head coach of the North Carolina women. Both Damon and Sean with long history with Castle/NCFC Youth.
Yeah, for me now, I was torn as to who I wanted to win that one. Tony, I've known for a long time, and the Deleuze family, what a great family they are. Coached young Jonah Deleuze, and Tony would come and help coach some of the girls' teams at the youth club in Winston-Salem. Was rooting for both of them, and Damon just a top guy as well. So great to see two North Carolina schools competing at that level. It was a good final as well, good show.
Cervania, if you follow his career, probably more comfortable in the middle of the park, but obviously trying to make the most of this opportunity with Ezra Armstrong, who fractured his foot in that final game against Louisville City, so it took a little while to make it all the way back. And he's not quite there, but I'd say, well, he told me he could play today, but they want to be safe. Pittsburgh down near the end line, and they're going to say it went over first, so it'll come back to McGuire. '68th minute. eFootball's here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play, and you can download now. A couple of random mistakes featured in this game, resulting in both goals, one for each team. Bob Lilly not done bringing subs on as Max Broughton, 24-year-old from England, played at West Virginia University, which is pretty good. West Virginia's got the Mountaineers, and you got Marshall, and these two teams are pretty good. Ton of international players, quite a few players from England. And then also looking to come in is Ila Osumanu. Osumanu, rather. Broughton. And here are the two changes. As coming out of the game, number 20, Jason Borgie, who I thought had a solid shift.
Replacing number 16, Roberto Edrick.
So
substitutions occur.
Luke Biassi is going to be pushed further forward with Broughton coming in at right back. Samanu, straight swap for Edrick, centre back.
Decent little move by Rafa, then the long ball perhaps too ambitious, trying to find Olex flying solo up top. As we're in minute 70.
Bob Lilly coaching course continues down below us as he's talking to Edrick. Spending that time with these first-year pros.
Conway, good no call there. Augie Williams, the referee's been pretty consistent. Now we've got a foul and a card coming.
There's a brave header from Donovan there.
Did they give that to Robbie Mertz?
Looks that way. Donovan threw himself at that.
Yellow card caution issued in the 71st minute to Pittsburgh's number 14.
Here we'll get another look at it. Yeah, he's got his foot raised. He's going for the ball, but Donovan, being the brave centre-back that he is, was launching himself in the air. I don't think Mertz was expecting him. Just caught him with the studs.
Mertz family, a wonderful family. His sister, Lindy, played for the North Carolina Courage last year. I understand now she is moving on past soccer and is going to do great things like everybody in that Mertz family that got even better when they added Kate Morris into the family. Here's Sundstrom.
Great ball.
Martin. Boy, a neat trap to Rafa. Over to Maldonado. Alex Anderson Jr. trying to make something happen.
I've had him well shackled today, Dean. We've not seen the explosive Alex Anderson Jr. getting in behind and causing nightmares for defenders. He's been really well kept under wraps.
Well shackled indeed. He has been held tight. Martin. Rafa Metzigan earning the whistle. Colin Martin. Donovan over to Sundstrom. Sundstrom nice and calm. Perez. Nobody home for Perez as he'll send it long and out of bounds. All right, the two goals are kind of rando, right? Check this out. Slip.
Yeah. Little slip from a centre-back. Another mix-up here, centre-back. Trying to help it back to his goalkeeper, but his goalkeeper's not home. Miscommunication there in the back line for North Carolina, and both mistakes expertly punished. That pre-season rusting lingering over into the beginning of the season.
Great job by our main man, Ian Lang. Looks like El Kwak Luckhurst and Summersaw all going to come in 3 at a time here for John Bradford. Kyle Lang, our director, Mason Curtis, Ian Lang on replay, Ryan Moeller on audio, Ryan Lutz on video, Brian Ware, Chris Walsh, Larry McLean, Andrew Taylor, Too Tall Jones, Mark Dry.
He's got his winter hat on, Dean. I don't think he can hear you. Oh, it's a big tackle.
Big tackle. Minute 75. Pittsburgh. Wire. Wow, he did well to somehow keep that in bounds and not give away a corner kick. It wasn't pretty, but it turned out okay. Pittsburgh sends it back the other way. Cervania battling for it. Martin comes over. Didn't really do much there, I don't think, but does get called for the foul. As Raheem Summersaw.
You'll see that shot from distance. Just an awkward one when it dips like that and bounces right in front of you. Did well to parry it away to safety.
Yeah, it was not the easiest bounce to deal with because it's kind of like 6 feet in front of him, so not like that normal 2 foot right in front of him. Here's another good opportunity for Pittsburgh. Headed out. Pittsburgh sends it right back in, and McGuire with a point-blank save as the flag stays down. So McGuire now keeping this one at 1-1, and Olex Anderson Jr. trying to go the other way. McGuire with a big-time save.
That is huge, Dean. And I think, I'm not a goalkeeper myself, but I think when that chance falls like that, you just think, as a goalkeeper, I think you've got to gamble a little bit. Where's it going to go? But he just stays in position, makes himself big, and for Danny Griffin, anywhere but there, and it was a goal. Good strong hand from McGuire. Goalkeepers made 2 big saves now, 1 apiece.
All right, so here come the subs. Adam Luckhurst, whose dad was a big-time NFL kicker, and I called quite a few Duke games last year, and he scored. He's just a goal scorer, man. He's a poacher. He's in and around the 6 all the time, and the way I understand it, his 4 goals in preseason have been similar to the kind that he scored at Duke. That mentality in and around the goal where you got people draped all over you and to have the power and strength to still finish, that's a quality this team needs. As Olex Anderson Jr.'s got the speed, Conway scores in different ways. I wouldn't mind some poaching goals from Luckhurst.
Yeah. Well, I like that they're 2 local boys as well, just down the road in Durham and Chapel Hill, so they know the area, they know what they're coming into. And for John Bradford, I'm sure they've seen a lot of their games as well, so they've had an opportunity, they've impressed, and now they got the opportunity on the big stage.
Just looking for the Olex Anderson Jr. walk. He's still way over here on the other side, as it's been well documented by Andrew and me on the call. Olex Anderson Jr. comes out of the game. It's never a pretty scene. Yeah.
It hasn't been his night tonight yet. He's one of those players, though, that you know if he's on the field, he's got a moment of magic in him. Today, he's tried hard, he's huffed and puffed, but it just hasn't been there this evening. Lots more games to go.
So Alex Anderson Jr. going to head into the locker room.
Little grab of the hamstring and down the tunnel.
Luckhurst got a piece of it. Default to Conway. Conway with speed. Cut back. Decent ball. Summersaw sliding into it. Can't make contact with it. And will come back to Pittsburgh.
Bob Lilly was wanting an offside flag there, but I think it was close, but onside. You see Conway just scampering down that left-hand side and puts into a good area. Summersaw with those long, rangy legs, trying to get the contact to guide it on goal, but just a little bit too far out of reach.
Two goals coming off mistakes and two massive saves. First half save from Eric Dick for Pittsburgh. Second half save from Jake McGuire to keep this one level at 1. So it's now Summersaw and Maldonado in the middle of the field. Luckhurst with that bright red hair up top. Donovan did not get all of that on the clearance, and Cervania will send it into the crowd. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. 81st minute. These two teams drew both games last year. It was 1-1 at Pitt on May 18th and 0-0 here on June 22nd. It's the 7th all-time matchup where it's 2-2-2, dead even. Both teams won games at home in 2018 and 2019. NCFC had a 5-0 win over the Riverhounds in 2019. I remember that game at WakeMed Soccer Park. Maybe should have held on to some of those 5 goals.
Save them up, spread them around.
NCFC brings in 6 new players.
Yeah, just looking around the league though at the moment, Dean, there's Lexington 1-0 up against Hartford, Detroit up against Miami 1-0. The 2 goals here, 0-0 Battery, Louisville. Loudoun's up 2-1 against Birmingham in the first half, and 0-0 San Antonio Monterrey in the first 10 minutes. So typical sort of opening day, Dean. Everyone's sort of feeling their way into the season. Not hitting top gear just yet. There'll be lots of fireworks to come though during this USL Championship season.
So 6 new players for NCFC, 9 new players for Pittsburgh, including Augie Williams, who we featured in the Open. Pittsburgh, with that late run, kept their postseason streak alive last year, making it their 8th straight season to the playoffs.
I wouldn't bet against them making it this year either.
No.
Oh, this is tight. Flag stays down. Doesn't matter anyway because Mertz can't get on the end of it.
Pittsburgh's goalkeeper, as we said, 2024 USL Goalie of the Year and Golden Glove winner. Got 14 clean sheets and 72 saves. Augie Williams, we told you all about him. Robbie Mertz had 3 goals and 5 assists, 58 chances created a year ago. And then Sean Suber, top returning center back, 2nd on the team in clearances and blocks. Middle of the park, minute 84. Kwak. Played for Carlos Samuano and the Tar Heels. Somersault. That's a foul all day. Good work by Charles All to earn the whistle. He's just 22 years old, Charles All. Minute 85. The baby-faced assassin, Robbie Mertz, drops it off. Bob Lilly going to make another change here as Pittsburgh's going to go for it. Luckhurst tried to trap it down, can't. Pittsburgh has not made it easy for this man here, Kwak, Luckhurst, or Somersault to make any difference in the game really since coming on.
No, got a good rhythm of the ball at the moment. Similar possession, I think, to the first half. Large portions of possession, but not been able to create an awful lot. That chance, though, you remember for Griffin, was probably the big one.
So yellow card's going to come out. Pittsburgh trying to claim a dive on Cervania, but the yellow card is out, given to number 13 for Pittsburgh, Luke Biasi, 25-year-old from Syracuse University.
Cervania's blocked him off, and Biasi took exception.
Brigham Larson, who played at University of North Carolina, Charlotte, will check in next opportunity for Bob Lilly in Pittsburgh. '87th minute. Aiden O'Toole from the University of Denver, coached by Jamie Franks, another Demon Deacon. They're everywhere. Looks like Rodrigo da Costa is going to get a run here. So Larson and O'Toole in for Pittsburgh. Robbie Mertz going to come out. Robbie does have the yellow card.
Substitutions for Pittsburgh in the 87th and 88th minute. Entering the match, number 17, Brigham Larson. Replacing number 14, Robbie Mertz. Also entering the match, number 4, Aiden O'Toole. Replacing number 2, Daniel Griffin.
So Biasi, who also got a card coming out. That's decent game management. You got players with yellows out there. 88th minute. Augie Williams over to All, brings it all the way back to Osu Manu.
Larson, a tall boy, 6'4", so he'll ask some questions of that back line.
Kwak brings it down. Somersault stays with it. Raheem Somersault trying to find Luckhurst. Unfortunate first touch from Luckhurst. Cervania does well to knock it off of Pittsburgh. It'll be a throw-in. So here comes Rodrigo da Costa. Slow start to the season last year, but then really came on at the end of the season as North Carolina FC made their push into the playoffs. As DaCosta appeared in 33 matches during last season, scoring 7 goals and 5 assists, which are decent numbers.
He's a talented player.
Pittsburgh, when I say they're going for it, they're going for it. That touch just a little bit too long. It will be a corner kick. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Corner kick. Wow, that one had some wicked pace on it. And they'll get another shot at it here. We're in minute 90. Here it comes, curves around. Flyer stays on his line. Clock was trying to call for it, but they'll keep it with Pittsburgh. 4 minutes of added time. We didn't get a chance to challenge each other.
You win today, Dean.
Presented by Town Properties. 4 minutes.
So the added time presented to you by Town Properties. Town with an E, TOWNE properties.com. This is trouble. So we're looking for Williams. Mentioned the height that Bob Lilly has put in here. Cervenia can't get all of that. Pittsburgh looking to spoil the 2025 home opener for North Carolina FC at First Horizon Bank Stadium, WakeMed Soccer Park in Cervenia. We'll let that run out. Town Properties added time. Team Summersaw. We played 1 minute of it already. Last year when North Carolina scored first, they were 11-4-2. When Pittsburgh conceded first, they were 0-9-2. So preseason pundits like Andrew Tate sent their votes in. Pittsburgh picked 6 in the league, North Carolina 8. The West, they have Sacramento on the top, followed by New Mexico and Colorado Springs. Louisville picked again to win the East, followed by Charleston and Indy. Donovan. It's going to roll out of bounds.
Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app.
Another foul for Mikey Maldonado, who stays down. Does not appear like he'll get a card. The referee will check on Maldonado. And that means we'll have a little more added time. You see the spill there from Maldonado. So 1 minute plus whatever is added from this foul right here. Boy, right now, knowing that both goals were scored off mistakes, perhaps a tie is the best suitor. To give one up late here would be heartbreak city for either one of these teams, right?
Absolutely, Dean. Yeah, you just want to get a result on opening day. You don't care how you get it. Get a result, but I think Pittsburgh can be probably the happier of the two teams in the way they played, and the fact they're on the road, picking up a point. A lot of new players in the squad as well. North Carolina with nine sort of returning starters in the mix. Obviously, they've got some players waiting in the wings to join the action, but either way, you don't want to lose on opening day. Another big collision here.
DeCosta, we mentioned his numbers, the 7 goals and 5 assists, 4 goals and 4 assists in the last 10 games. But I don't think he's touched it yet out there, has he?
Big collision there between Rafa and Junior Etu. Etu there, laid out on the ground. He's up now, though, thankfully. No, DeCosta's been a bit of a spectator. That North Carolina just haven't had the ball, and when you bring Luckhurst and Alquac on, you've got to be able to service him. I think that was the frustrating point for Noel Alexanderson Jr. Just didn't really get the service into him, or the opportunities to use what his strengths are in terms of his pace. And Pittsburgh have been impressive though today, Dean.
Indeed. One of my favorite members of North Carolina FC, former Indiana great Austin Pancho, tuning in. Pancho, who for me was arguably the best player in the TST, as Indiana was 1 game away from making it to the final of the TST for $1 million. And that's going to do it. Quick thought on a 1-1 tie here between Pittsburgh and North Carolina FC.
Who knows, it could be a really important point at the end of the season, but good result for both teams. 2 hard-fought draws last year. They pick up where they left off, so something to be positive for both teams, and we'll see where this takes them.
All right, we'll take a quick break and come back to wrap it up, where the final score, Evan Conway gets a goal. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Augie Williams gets to go 1-1. We'll be back in a moment to wrap it up from WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
North Carolina FC 1, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC 1, the home opener of USL Championship 2025 style. Couple mistakes were the difference. With Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke, and let's take a look at the highlights in this.
Considering they've got a lot of new players in that starting 11 and off the bench as well. Good point for both teams, but Pittsburgh, I think, can probably be the happier going home today.
North Carolina FC right back here at WakeMed Soccer Park next Saturday, 7 o'clock. Take on Loudoun United. Augie Williams visiting with a friend in the crowd. 1 point for each team, North Carolina FC and Pittsburgh. 1-1 final for Kyle Lang and our great crew. My main man, Andrew Tate. I'm Dean Linke saying, how about North Carolina FC? They get 1 point to start the season. So does Pittsburgh. 1-1, your final score in Cary.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.